Hey universe, the people watching this or hearing this or whatever may be going on. This is my intro to 2019, and I guess how we're gonna make this a better world. So, I guess this is the introduction to what the heck I'm doing here, and I guess what I'm doing here is trying to make a difference somehow. I don't exactly know 100% how that's gonna happen, but I know the core elements that are driving me to do this, and it's to just help however I can. If I can be assisting or I provide any sort of benefit to the world. And of course, as I'm doing this now, I'm thinking that I don't want to end up, I don't know, an absurd Vine something or other. Probably will, but hopefully I won't. I probably won't. Nobody will probably even notice this. So, yeah. So kind of going back to those core elements that are driving me here, there's just some things in the world that I think when you give the appropriate attention, they generally move in the right direction. But if things don't get the right attention, things don't go well. I think naturally it's pretty obvious because people have cravings, and if you address those cravings, you feel better. And at the same time, if something's not feeling well, if you do something to make it feel better, it helps, and if you don't, it just gets worse. So simply by following that, that's why I'm doing this. It feels like the world needs more energy focused on making things better. There are some things in the world that are not going well, and those things need some attention. There are some things in the world that are going well, and I think those things need to be highlighted. And I think it's balancing everything in life, and that's part of the balance. I think in the world there's a huge amount of hypocrisy, and it really needs attention. Additionally, the prejudice that's out there is unbelievable. It's so disheartening, and I can't stand it. I can't tolerate it anywhere around me. It gets me in trouble probably more times than not because I'm just not going to sit idly by. I'm tired of transphobic stuff. I'm tired of ageism. I'm tired of racism. I'm tired of all of this. At the exact same time, I'm not going to sit idly by and allow just any of it. So this is my attempt to try and, I don't know, squash it in a little bit more of a meaningful manner, or do something to try and make things a little better. But so I don't know. That's kind of one of the first core elements that are driving these values. People can say values, they can say morality, they can use all these different aspects. But really, when something's right, it makes you feel good. When something's wrong, it makes you feel bad. And I think it's important to question why something might make you feel bad, because some people use that as an excuse for all sorts of prejudices, and it's got to stop. And sometimes it's, more often than not, it's something else that's driving it. More often than not, it is something that is a core element that someone may not have enough awareness or capability to be able to make a change about, and instead a symptom ends up getting focused on. And that's where I think a lot of these problems come about. So no, throughout this, hopefully I'll be talking with people and interacting with people and doing all sorts of fun stuff with people that's basically going to try and make things a little better. And hopefully we can all learn a little bit and we can all help each other. The other thing is accountability and consistency. Everybody makes mistakes, but it's not a mistake when you continually and perpetually just do the same things over and over and over. And I'm not putting up with that anymore. So that stuff is getting called out. And this is also a call out for myself. This is to be much more accountable and consistent to living a much healthier and happier life. And I'll probably go into that in some particular future time. But I am trying to keep this short, and I'm already blowing that because I was expecting to keep this to 5 minutes, and I've got to wrap everything up in a couple seconds, and I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to try to wrap it up very quickly. So the other thing is there are some deep fundamental improvements that are needed. a lot of things that have come about over the past few decades have really exacerbated an unaccountable reward system, and it's not good. It's not good for really anything, and both individually, as a society, as a species, as humanity, we all have to be accountable to each other. And we have to hold each other accountable, and basically that means all this classism, or if anyone's better or worse, it stops. I mean, it's just there's so much, and I don't want to get into it because I think that it's just falling down a rabbit hole, and it just winds people up in a not good way. So I think it's important to call it out, make sure there's a plan to make it better, and go forward on that. And wow, I mean, yeah, whatever. So I'm kind of rambling here, but this is 2019. It's January 1st. It's time to make things better. Clearly, by looking like I just was freshly pulled out of the ground like a potato, because literally this is about as raw as it gets. I know where I'm going with that. So, anyways, the other thing I kind of want to talk about is just remaining real. If anybody who knows me knows, I am probably the most real, authentic, genuine, caring, and probably does too much at my expense. And that's, I don't want to say it's a fault. It is literally just how I am not aligned with society and how it benefits and rewards the most selfish behaviors. I can't do that. So whatever, and I'm not going to. We all get by, and we all do better when we all work together. So we need more of that. So good. That's why I'm here. So I'm going to keep this very real. This is about connecting. It blows my mind that, and I don't know how to pronounce this exactly. Maybe someday I'll run across him, Prince EA. He's a great filmmaker. He's got that great skill. Clearly from this, you can tell that's not my forte. And maybe through the course of this, I'll pick up a little bit of that, and I can do a little bit better. But right now, it's super raw, and this is real. I mean, this is whatever. This is real. This is junk camera. This is the world we know. This is the world all of us experience. Not the flash, and not the facades, and not all of the presentation and all the sizzle, but just real, true, genuine content. So anyways, there's that. And shoot, yeah, I'm going way over here, so I'm gonna cut it off. I'm not a fan of the constant attention controlling approaches used by so many different marketing things, so I'm gonna try to keep this real. I'm gonna try to keep this genuine. I'm gonna hope that there's other people that are going to come along, and we can interact, and we can have genuine discourse, and we can have discussion, and we can really learn from one another. I'm not here to say I have all the answers, but I do think I have some healthy approaches that can really help make things much more beneficial for all. And for those that have selfish intents, I'm probably just going to expose those, and we'll just go from there. We'll hopefully see if people are more interested in making the world better, or just, grab whatever they can. So on that note, I hope everybody is enjoying January 1st, this new year, in hopes that we can all come together, we can all make this better, and yeah, hopefully I'll do something that's, I don't know, a little more thought out, because this is clearly kind of just shooting from the hip, but I'm going to see how many of these I can do. I'm going to hold myself accountable to at least doing, I'm going to say 40. I'm going to say 40. Initially I was going to say one a week, but things come up, so I'm going to shoot for 40 this year. Ideally, it would be really awesome if I could probably do 1 or 2 a week, maybe 100, but I'm going to hold myself accountable to 40, and so I'm going to try to get ahead of the game, ideally. I don't feel stressed or feel like I'm really falling behind. But if I can do more stuff, or if anyone's got any ideas for certain content, or anybody that needs to be lifted up, or anyone that needs to have some sort of contact or anything, please reach out. I'm gonna do my best to really make this a real interactive, real world, I don't know, experience. So come along with me. It's 2019, and let's see where this goes. Everyone, take care.